Decision making for me is one of the most dangerous places that I always don't want to be in my life, because making decision is the place in your life where you need to be very careful. And if you're not careful, you'll end up making decisions that will take a lot from you, that will cost you a lot. I'm not saying there is a good decision and bad decision. It's just the level of the price that you have to pay after you make one decision. That's the only difference. And today I want to share with you guys how making decisions has shaped my life and how I make decisions. But before I walk with you on the ways that I used to make decisions, and it has been working for me, and I hope it will work for you also, I need you to understand on two things. The first, what is decision making in the real world, not in what anywhere you have learned, but making decision in the real world. What I understand is agreeing to the outcomes that and the risks that are going to be aligned with the any decision or choice you are about to make in life. Because any decision in life comes with a price, and every price, the more you pay the price, the more the decisions, the accountability of the choice you have made shows up. Let's take an example. You make a choice maybe to start a business. That's the decision, that's the choice. But the price that you have to pay is sleepless nights, working, no weekends, no holidays. It's just keeping into work until something shows up. The big example is when a woman agrees to carry a child in her womb. That's the decision. But the price that she has to pay is every day waking up, taking care, eating healthy, doing exercise, having meditations, all 9 months having a child in your belly. That's the price that they have to pay for the decision they have made to keep the baby. And that applies in every day's life, every situation you have, every choice you make, everything in your life, from the small things to the big decisions you make. All of them have a price. And every moment you make a wrong choice, maybe you make a choice that costs your life a lot, most of times are seamless. The seamless part of decision making is when you make the shitty decisions in your life, when you choose to take the easy way, when you choose to take the low risk decisions in your life. They most of times are not as seamless until when they create a big problem. So when I understand the picture of decision making in my life, and understanding that the moment I make decisions, it's not just costing myself, it's also costing and affecting other people in my life, I start to understand that this is the serious part in my life, and this is the part where I need to be very, very serious. And every step I take in decision making of my life, in day-to-day life, if it's working out, if it's recording a YouTube video, if it is creating an offer, if it is creating a YouTube video, if it is maybe work decision to work with a company, all of those decisions create a pattern of my life, create a pattern of who I am going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. And every small step you take today will create an impact in your life. So for myself, as the day goes, I start to understand that decision making has to be the most serious part of my life, of my day-to-day routine. And I have understand myself that there are only two scenarios in our life when it comes to decision making, especially when you need to understand, like, there is a part where you have choices to make. You have to pick one among the many choices you have, and that is a situation where you have no choice to make. It's just you have to make a decision, based on your experience, based on what you have in your hand, based on what you are good at. And all these scenarios are different, but all of them come together in one part, that all of them have a price to pay. So, without wasting more time, I just want to walk you through, guys, how I make decision in all the two parts and how they going to impact your life. And if you feel that you have something to say, you drop down your comment and we will have time to discuss it together. So let's go. Okay, now let's talk about one situations of making decisions that most of times happen in our life, and this is the dangerous one, because it has a regret, like, if I knew I could take that option, if I knew I could take this option. But in this part is where you have multiple options, more than one option to choose on. And most of times there is the easy option and the hard option. And if they're going to be triple, they're going to be the hardest, the harder, and the easy one. And most of times people will choose decisions that favor us at the moment. We never consider 5 years to come, 10 years to come. Where do I want to be? I want to be the same place. I want to be what people need me to look. Yesterday I was looking at one film called The Fondness, The Fortune, yeah. And the guy asked the boy, like, asking 3 questions, like, who do you want to be in the next 5 years to come? What do you need people to think when they see you coming? You understand that? And I forgot one question, but those questions like triggered my mind, like, okay, if I have to make decision for myself for the next 5 years to come, for the next 3 years to come, what do I need people to understand about me? What do I need people to see me when I get in? Do I need people to see me as the best worker? Do I need people to see me as a respectful person, people who they can respect? And it doesn't matter what you want to be, what do you need to think, but understanding these facts will help you understand how should I make decisions and what decisions will be right for me in the long run, and not just 2 to 3 years to come. Because most of times we make decisions based on fear, based on how will life be, based on what am I gonna eat, how am I going to pay rent, how my life will be if I don't take the easy part, how my life will be if I don't take this one which will favor me right now. But understanding these situations in life, it is hard, because I've been there sometimes. It is hard, and it's always not the excuse and it's always not the part that people need to be most of times. All of us needs to be in our comfort zone. All of us, many people needs to be in their comfort zone. But understanding that being in your comfort zone many times distract your future, distract the person that you want to be in life. Because when you think about, I want to be maybe the best YouTube, I need to have to make life in YouTube. I need to be the best YouTuber, helping people, growing, making people be the best version of themselves. That's the person I need people to think about when I come in. That's the person I want to be in the next 5 years to come. But it has never been easy, making such kind of a decision. Now, the first step I take when I came in a position where I need to make decisions, when I have options. First, I understand that any decision I take won't only affect me, will affect others, people closest to me, my family, my friends, will affect them in one way or another. So the first thing, I pick people I trust, and I give them the option I have. And I ask them, the way you see me, the way you think about me, the way you know me right now, which decision among this is the right for me? Because sometimes people understand us more often than the way we understand ourselves. Because uh, our image in life is portrayed by others. We have never seen ourselves, our face, since the way we were born. We just use dimensions, mirrors, something like that, just to see ourselves. But we have never get a chance to see our own face. So just people around us are the one looking at us, seeing us, and they can have options, the good options, like the way we see you, this option is right for you. The way we see you, you start with this, but eventually you grow and you reach here. Everybody, the people that may be afraid to the decision, they can give you an perspectives of life, and dimensions, not the decision exactly you need to take, but they can give you like uh, different dimensions of what you need to make, of what decision you need to take, what risk, what level of risk you need to take. Also, you have to do a little bit of research of myself, like what do I love? Sometimes people don't see everything that you have in your life, but understanding what you love yourself, understanding what you're good at, what you believe you're good at as yourself. Sometimes you may believe you're good at something, but you're not. Sometimes people don't believe you're good at something, but you are. So there is a different angles of everything. So you just need to sit down and understand yourself. What is good for you? And that's good for you, you go with it. But for me now, I'm a believer. So after I take all these options, I sit down and pray to God. Please, God, help me make the right choice, the right decisions about my future. I don't ask God to make decisions to make right decision right now. Just I need to make right decision for the future self. For the future of my well-being, for the future of the people alive, for the future of my family, for the future of the people around me, for the community, for the believers. Every angles in your life, and after that, everything that gives me energy of doing it goes in its way. So that's the way I counter when I come in decision making. But sometimes maybe different depending on scenarios, depending on situations. Sometimes we don't have time to do all of these things, but we have limited pressures. We are under pressure. So most of times I ask God, I keep God first, in every decision that I make in my life. Now that's just the first part, and the second part is when now you have no options. You're in a situation like you have to do something. You have no option in your hand. Every option that comes, you are the one creating it, but you have to do something with no turning back, no turning point. And this situation always are the best in our life, but in the situation they're always the worst part. But when you encounter a situation where you have no option, you have only one thing to do, and no negotiation, no options, nothing. Just you have to go for it. It doesn't matter the risk, it doesn't matter the outcome. Just you have to go for it. This situation always are dangerous and scary most of times, because they require you to do more than of what you can do, to give more of what you have, to give out of everything you get, every little weapon you have, you're gonna use it. because these situations of life that builds you, builds a man, builds character, builds the future person you want to be. And it's not that the other part doesn't build a man, but this part is always building person. After you navigate the situation where you had no option, but you have to go no matter what, you have no backup, nothing, but you have to go. After you navigate that situation, is when you understand yourself, what you're really good at, and that's gonna change your life, and that's gonna make you a better person every fucking day. And that's scenarios. There are a lot of scenarios in life of making decisions, but I just shared to you guys how decision making for me has been a crucial part. And I think this video have been more honest to you guys, and I wish like next time when you encounter decision making scenario, you really find a way that will suit your needs, will suit you. But if you follow my needs and you found them helpful, please drop down your comment, and guys, it will be very helpful for the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please be sure to subscribe, because the more you subscribe, the more we get chance to be here every day and share with you guys the valuable information that will help you grow and become a better person. So till next time, I'm Frederick, and you're gonna tell me like if this video is helpful and how we're going to improve it, and this is gonna be very, very helpful. See you guys next time, and I hope this helps.